Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, I ran vinegar through my coffee pot again, so today's flavor of toasted hazelnut should be nice and fresh. I set my computer friend to give me alert once a month on the 15th to run water through my or vinegar through my coffee pot. So it seems to be doing well and not plugging up, so yay, I don't need a new coffee maker. So I got a lot done yesterday, which felt really good. Actually, I got a lot done this week. Got the living room rearranged a little bit, cleaned up, and got some sourdough made, some yogurt made, and some little seeds planted. So I hope they take, and they're under my grow lights, and we'll see, because they're peppers, and sometimes peppers can be a little bit finicky. So we'll see. I have lots of pimentos, that's for sure, and those are seeds that I've saved myself. I'm starting to do more of that because those seeds are from plants that have been acclimated to the environment. So every year, if you save your seeds, those are seeds that are going to do better in your particular growing zone because the parent plant has been acclimated to the weather and the environment. Now that's not to say you're never going to have any failures because we can't control the weather, and you know, there's going to be seasons where the growing conditions aren't ideal, but you have a better chance of having a better harvest if you save your own seeds. So this morning I'm going to finish up with the yogurt. I'm going to drain that. It did turn out nice and thick, so I guess the 2% milk does work. I like the taste better on the whole milk, but the 2% milk is good too. And then I think I'm going to save the whey and try combining it with some of my sourdough cast-off and seeing what kind of bread that'll make. Because, you know, it's another experiment. Maybe I'll come up with something really delicious, or maybe not. So we'll see. So today I'm going to check my seeds. Some of them did turn moldy, so those of course will be going in the composter. And I'm hoping to finish planting a lot of the seeds. I used up another bag of soil, of potting soil, and I have one more bag of that, but I do need to get more containers. But I'm not doing that today. Maybe next week. I'm planning on staying home today. The weather is going to be like 52, and then as the day goes on it's going to get colder again. And yesterday was a little warmer and sunny, but today it's going to be going down into the 30s again, and then to the 40s, and it's just all over the place. But I guess for March, 40s is a reasonable temperature. So alright, I will meet you at my budget book, and we'll see if I spent any money yesterday. I forgot to taste my coffee. Cheers! Nice and hot and very good. Budget book time. Alright, so yesterday was Thursday and I get a nice green check mark. I didn't spend any money. Today is Friday, and I think I'm going to stay home again because it's raining and really an ugly day. Not very attractive. So the containers are going to wait. I may plan a trip on the 20th to Drug Mart, and then I also need to get a few things from the Dollar Tree. But unless they have something really, really cute, I'm not buying any things other than food. I need to get some more milk, shelf-stable milk if they have it. I want to get the whole milk, so I'll get a couple of those for my yogurt. I don't drink milk. I don't eat cereal, so I don't use it for that. Once in a while I'll have some oatmeal, but I usually use plant-based milk for that. Really the only thing I use dairy milk for is to make the yogurt, and then I don't even use it for that all the time. I do like to make soy yogurt too, but I like to have the shelf-stable milk available. And using the soy milk, you have to make sure that, like I said, it only is soybeans and water, or it won't work. But anyway, I'm going to repost how I made the yogurt from yesterday for those of you that didn't see that. And then I'm going to continue on with it today since it's done. I'm going to drain it. Now that's not a step that you have to do, but it's what I do because I like my yogurt nice and thick. But if you don't mind a thinner yogurt, then you can eat it right as it is. And this is the point where you can add your flavoring or whatever it is you want to do. So that'll be coming up next, will be my yogurt. And the bread turned out really good. I will make it again. But I'm going to have some whey from my yogurt. So next time I make a loaf, I'm going to use the sourdough cast-off, plus I'm also going to, instead of water, I'm going to use the whey. So we'll see how that turns out. So that's got nothing to do with budgeting. Well, actually it does, because I'm saving money. Sourdough bread is expensive. It's upwards of $4 a loaf plus. I mean, my sourdough bread is not like Panera's, but it's tasty. So if you really love sourdough and you're tired of spending $4 or $5 a loaf, maybe give making a starter a try. So my starter is still not real strong, but it's getting there, and I know once it warms up, it'll take off. So alright, enough about that. I have a couple of bills coming in for April already, and I like to pay those ahead as soon as I get them and monitor what's going on with my banking account, because it's really sort of hand to mouth. Well, that's not really the right term. It comes in and it goes right back out because I'm trying to pay off my my credit card debts from the trees, and you guys know the story. The trees, the washer, the microwave, all of the above. So hopefully that'll be it for a while, and I won't have to add more to what I owe. So alright, I will be back with the yogurt. I just measured the temperature on my yogurt, and it's a lovely 108 degrees, just what the doctor ordered. I have this much yogurt left, not a whole lot, and it's still beautiful. So I'm just going to add that to my yogurt maker. And this is just a little kasori, it's like an Instant Pot, and it has a yogurt setting on it. So you don't need much more than, third of a cup maybe. There's no precise science to this either. You know, you have to remember a lot of these old-time living recipes, a lot of these old-timers, they just eyeballed everything. So that's what I do, because I'm getting to be kind of an old-timer. I'm not there yet, but, oh, I'm sorry, you probably can't see, because my big old elbow's in the way. All right, well, I just dumped that in there, and I'm going to give it a good stir. Make sure that gets incorporated nicely. Now this is all plain. At this point, you do not want to put, you don't want to put, you know, flavoring or anything in it. You do that later. So I haven't tried it with the 2% milk. I hope it works as well as the whole milk. Now, if you're going to do this with soy milk, you have to use soy milk that doesn't have anything but soybeans and water. It can't have any additives, none of that. So, okay, that's as easy as it gets. Close it up and put it on the yogurt setting. Just going to hit yogurt. Default is 8 hours. I'm going to give it 9. And start. Now the longer you ferment this, the more sour it'll get. I don't like it real sour, but I do like a little tang in there. So that's all there is to it. In 9 hours, I'm going to have yogurt. And then what I do is I let it cool down. I put it in the fridge till the next morning. And then you can eat it right like that, but I like it as a Greek yogurt. So I drain it in a sieve lined with coffee filters. And then it gets really nice and thick. All right, pretty simple. Okay, I only have 10 minutes left, and I'm going to be going to bed. So I think that's close enough. It's been going for almost 9 hours. So let's take a look at the yogurt. And it's beautifully thick. Now this is going to be going into the refrigerator, but I want to give it a little taste. Look how nice and thick that is. But I want to make sure it's tart enough. Perfect. Okay, so this whole container now is going to be going into the fridge until tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to strain it and turn it into more of a Greek yogurt. All right, see you in the morning. All right, time to make the yogurt. Well, I made the yogurt nice and thick. Now, there's some liquid in there, of course, like you get with yogurt. So I want to strain that out because I want it even thicker than this. So here I have 2 colanders and a filter, a paper coffee filter. And then the liquid will all go into the bowl. And I'm going to keep that because you can put it in smoothies, you can bake with it, and I'm going to try and bake with it. Now I have added it to bread in the past and it worked out just fine. So I'm not going to put the whole thing of yogurt in here. I'm just going to add a couple spoonfuls at a time, or it won't drain right. So that's all there is to it, but you know, look how thick that is. I mean, it's beautiful. So, but you'll be surprised how much liquid comes out of it. And then you can make yogurt cream cheese out of it. You can do all kinds of things with yogurt. So, okay, that's it on the yogurt. Now here, most of the liquid is on the bottom, but not much. So I usually let this drain for a while. I stir it up a little bit and put it in a mason jar in the fridge, and that's it. So much cheaper. This yogurt was $1.25 compared to, what is yogurt now? $3 to $5. The Greek yogurt is probably around $5. The plain yogurt is a little bit cheaper, but you can put any flavorings in here that you want. And you can even buy little flavoring vials that you can use for baking and candy making, and you can make your own. So, and you can add sugar or sugar substitute that you prefer. So this is wonderful. I've been doing this for quite a while now. And every once in a while I need to buy a fresh yogurt, because after maybe 4 or 5 times it'll start getting a funky taste to it. At least that's what I've found. So, but still, even if you only have to buy 1 container every, 3 months, depending on how much yogurt you eat. And there's all kinds of ways to ferment the yogurt. My favorite is in my little Kasori Instant Pot. It's a 4-cup capacity, and that works great. But if you have a yogurt maker, or you can put it in your oven with a light bulb on. I just like it's consistently like this when I do it in my little Kasori. And this is 2% milk. I've done it with the shelf-stable 2%. I've done it with the shelf-stable whole milk. I haven't tried the fat-free or the 1%, but this is what I had. I prefer the whole milk. So easy peasy yogurt. You can't beat that. So another way to save money and still eat well and eat what you like. Okay, it's a very gloomy day out here today, but I want to take a look at my starts. Now I know none of these boxes have sprouted yet. Nothing going on in any of those. But what I wanted to look at, see, nothing here. But these are the little sprouts that I planted. That had germinated. And these are pak choi. And they're doing pretty well. A couple of them, not so much, because I had a different cover on these, and the cover touched the little seedlings, so a couple of them froze, but so I changed it around. Oh, these guys are chasing something out here, either a bird or a kitty that comes around. Now these are the broccoli. I mean, there's not a ton of them, but there's enough to have some nice broccoli plants, and there's more of them coming. So those are doing okay. And I just have these in a cake container. Nothing happening here yet, which is expected. And then these were also little pak choi sprouts. I'm not going to take the cover off, but you can see they're still hanging in there, and it's been down in the 20s. I love wind chimes. I have a lot of them. And these I hung all together so that they have a variety of different sounds. And so, yeah, this is very peaceful at night. when I'm in bed because my bedroom is right above it. Then here is a little Dollar Tree thing I made. I had this and I bought the, can't remember, maybe these were from Mark's. Well, anyway, they were cheap. Could have been Dollar Tree, could have been Mark's, but I just stuck them in here and it looks really pretty at night. They light up. So it's just a little hanging little bird cage type thing. So anyway, it's very wet out here. I just wanted to show you the little seedlings that did survive. And the rest haven't done anything yet, which I don't expect them to do because the dirt is still too cold. All right, going in. Okay, making candles today. And I'm just melting the bottoms of the candles and making a new candle. Now the wick that I have in there is a wood wick that I got from Amazon, and I put 2 of them in there. I find they burn better. So I've got that going on, and I'm just melting some of the old candle wax. So making something new from something old saves you money. I'm making candles here. Well, not making candles, but saving candle wax. And this is a candle I'm making, and I've made this over several times already, and just layers of different waxes. Sometimes you get candles that don't burn right. I just melt them on my cup warmer and put the layers in, and they burn great. So I do that, and a while back all these had these candles on sale. They came in these little jars, and these jars, I saved them. You want to check the bottom of your jars. Now this one, I don't know if you can see that, it's a number 7. And you want to check your jars and things to make sure they're food safe. But these jars are perfect for making your own spice blends, or even saving little bits of dehydrated food. So you get a double whammy from your candle. You can use the containers, and they look nice. They have a nice lid. If you don't like the silver, you can always spray paint just the outside. But, I mean, they're not airtight, but that doesn't matter. So reuse your candle jars. And I like to buy candles like this just for the jars sometimes. And like I said, all these had these on sale a while back, so I bought a bunch of them. I think they were like $2.99, and they burn real well. So yeah, check the bottom of your glass to make sure that it's food safe before you put food in it. And if you don't know, you can look it up online, Google it, ask your, if you have a, you know, the A friend. If you have an Alexa, yep, she turned on, then you can ask her, and she'll give you some answers too. So that's what I'm doing this morning. Now I gotta feed my sourdough. Another thing I do with the candles, I'll put another votive in. I like this orange jar. I got this at Dollar Tree, and I like it because it makes like a little orange glow. So I have the candle flame and the orange, so I reuse this all the time. And if it doesn't burn all the way down, I melt what's left in there and I put a new votive inside, and then I carry on with burning. So it's easy. It already has the wick and everything in it, and it fits just right. So saving money, having an abundance is not that hard to do if you're a little bit creative and you don't mind doing a little bit of work. All right, I need to feed my sourdough, and then I'm going to feed it and put it in the fridge. I have my cast-off sourdough. This isn't really strong enough to use just by itself, but you can bake a lot of things with this, and you can add yeast to it. You can use it for quick breads, pancakes, muffins, all kinds of things. So you don't need to throw this away. I used this yesterday to bake my bread, and it does give the bread a little bit of a sour taste. And this is my starter, and as you can see, it's active now. It's got bubbles, and it looks like it went up to here yesterday. I'm not sure, but it does have bubbles. And there we go. So finally, it took about 2 weeks, but I finally got it. Now I'm going to discard half of this, feed it another 1/4 cup of flour, and maybe 2 tablespoons of water. You can make it to the consistency you like, and or you can weigh everything, whatever your choice is. So yeah, it was long in the making, but there it is, and I just loosely keep the top on it. So there we go, and now I need to do my yogurt yet, so busy. And then I also have to check the rest of my seeds. I see some of my San Marzano tomatoes are starting to, you know, you know the thing. Germinate, that's it. So I'm going to give them another day, and then I'm going to plant those. And some of my seeds are old, so some may not germinate. I'm not sure. So anyway, saving money. I work a little bit at it every day, and I enjoy my world. This is a big part of my world. My family, my home, my friends. That's my world. So create your own world. If you don't like what's happening out there, create your own happy place. And look at this mess. This is still what I'm doing with the planting. I can hardly wait until I've got everything planted and put that to bed for a while and get on to some other projects before the garden takes off. All right, okay, well, this morning's breakfast at brunch time is a slice of my sourdough bread and the rest of the brie cheese, and I microwaved it for 30 seconds. So let me give this a taste. Nice and warm. Delicious. So that's the rest of the brie cheese. That's all gone. All my Aldi's cheeses are gone. I finished up a big bag of shredded cheese using what I have. All right, use what you've got and save money. It's getting to be the witching hour, 3 o'clock, and you guys know then I pack it in. But before I do, I'm going to have some tea, and I want to make a mug cake. And I have this, what did I do with it? Oh, I have this applesauce that I made quite a while back, and it needs to be used. So I'm going to make it with that. And I also still have this. I want to use that up. Well, there'll still be some left. I have this pumpkin pie spice that I've had. What else? Oh, and some vanilla. So what I'm going to do, and I have this beautiful cup that my daughter gave me for Mother's Day. I think it was last year or the year before. Mother like no other, so it's perfect for a mug cake. So in here I have 4 tablespoons all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon baking powder, and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. If you don't have brown sugar, you can use white sugar. Now it calls for 2 tablespoons unsweetened applesauce, 2 tablespoons unsweetened almond milk, and a teaspoon of vanilla. You can also add shredded apples to this and cinnamon if you want, but I already have cinnamon in the applesauce, that's why it's so brown. But I want to add some of this pumpkin pie spice. And this is non-dairy, so this is actually vegan. So yay for that. I'm just going to mix all this up, and I also added a little tiny pinch of salt. Not much. Okay. So now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this country creamer. And this lasted a long time. Well, first I'm going to put the applesauce in. Give that a little stir. So I'm not a big fan of just applesauce. So I want to do something else with it, but I had apples that were going to go bad, so I just made them into an applesauce. And I could freeze it, but I didn't. Okay, so there's one, and this doesn't have any oil in it either, which is good. So probably less calories. And then 2 tablespoons of the milk. Now it calls for regular milk, but I'm going to use this and hopefully it'll work. We'll see. Because you know how I like to use what I have. And I'm still straining my yogurt back there. Alright, and then I'm going to add a little bit of this pumpkin pie spice. Oh, like maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon since it already has cinnamon in it. So that, and then I'm going to add a capful of vanilla. And the nice thing about this is you can do different things with it. You could probably do any fruit with it. Pears, bananas, I don't know, whatever. But I haven't made this before. This recipe is from, doesn't really say. I got it online. I looked it up because I really wanted something to use with the applesauce. So I'm going to give this a mixy-mixy, don't overmix it. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my microwave on 50%. And make sure you get all the flour off the bottom. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, I'm going to do this for a minute at half power and then just go in 30-second intervals until it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then I'll be back. Okay, that looks great. So I'm going to drizzle a little bit of this. I have this Torani chocolate caramel. You could put powdered sugar on here or a little cream cheese drizzle, whatever you want. But I'm just going to put a little bit of this over the top. Not much, because I have the feeling this is going to be sweet. So let's give this a taste. And they say with the mug cakes, it's best to eat them warm. So let's see. Ooh, look at that. Doesn't that look yummy? Smells yummy. Really hot. So that was a very quick afternoon treat. Good way to use up what I have. So if you have apples hanging out that you don't know what to do with, or bananas or whatever, gonna let that cool a second. Here is the recipe. I know I'm not real good at putting things down in the description bar, but it's very simple. You can add nuts to this, you can add chocolate chips to it, you know, different things. Alright, let me try this. It's still really hot. That's very good. That is yummy. So if you have some weird ingredients hanging around and it worked just fine with the creamer, you know, make it into a mug cake. You can do it with all kinds of things. Dollar Tree apple cranberry, the T-Vein. It's what I had in my stash. I haven't been to Dollar Tree, but I'm definitely going to look, see if they have it again. I don't know, we'll see. So I'm going to go enjoy my mug cake, and I'm going to leave you for today. And tomorrow I'll have some more adventures in my kitchen. It seems to be where most of my adventures take place. So, alright my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.